27, verse 57 to 66. As evening approached, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who had himself become a disciple of Jesus. Going to Pilate, he asked for Jesus' body, and Pilate ordered that it be given to him. Joseph took the body, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and placed it in a new tomb that he had cut out of the rock. He rolled a big stone in front of the entrance to the tomb and went away. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary were sitting there opposite the tomb. The next day, the one after preparation day, the chief priests and the Pharisees went to Pilate. "Sir," they said, "we remember that while he was still alive, that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise again.' So give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the 3rd day. Otherwise his disciples may come and steal the body and tell the people that he had raised from the dead. This last deception will be worse than the first." "Take a guard," Pilate answered. "Go, make the tomb as secure as you know how." So they went and made the tomb secure by putting a seal on the stone and posting the guard.
Welcome back. This is our last but one video now for before we hit Easter Sunday. So it is really good to see you, and thank you, Benedict, so much for bringing that reading to us today. There's a clip that we've used for a few years in Bethel now that, well, I absolutely love. I think everyone else loves it too. It's become a bit of a legendary clip, and it's called Sunday's Coming. Sunday's coming, and the preacher tells the story of Jesus on his way to the cross and how the Pharisees are scheming, but they don't know Sunday's coming. Jesus is dying, and the disciples are crying, but they don't know Sunday's coming. And he really builds it up, looking forward to when Jesus comes out of the grave and is alive again. But today, Easter Saturday, it's like that. We've had Good Friday. We're looking forward to Easter Sunday. Easter Saturday, what happened? Well, we find out the Pharisees and the chief priests, their scheming didn't end after Jesus was dead. They carried on. They remembered that Jesus said, "I will rise 3 days after I've died." And they saw Jesus as a deceiver, it says here. So they go to Pilate, and they want to make the tomb secure. They come up with this crazy story. They accuse all the Christians. They're like, his disciples are going to go in, steal his body, and claim he's risen from the dead, which he could never do because he was a liar and he's got nothing to do with God. So they go and tell their sob story. But if you noticed earlier on, the reading today, that's not what was on the Christians' minds at all. Joseph of Arimathea, and we're told Nicodemus, had now sort of publicly said, both of them, yes, we love Jesus, we follow Jesus. They went to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body, not to steal it away, not to try and claim some bogus false thing, make up lies, but to honour him. They took his body down off the cross, wrapped him in fresh, clean linen, and put him in the tomb that Joseph had cut out. They rolled the stone across. The ladies were there watching. They had plenty of time to come up with some incredibly complicated plan to deceive everyone and trick everyone if they wanted to. But what are we told? It didn't even enter the ladies' minds, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. They were just sat there. They were grieving. They were sad that Jesus had gone. They had heard that he was going to rise because he told them again and again, but somehow they just couldn't see it. They couldn't get it. They couldn't believe it yet. And it was coming up to Saturday. Jesus was gone. He hadn't come. And the very opposite, they're just sat there. They're missing their Lord and Saviour, missing his love, missing his company, missing his voice, missing seeing him help people and have compassion and save. What are they going to do now? It's like they're just sat round, isn't it? The whole thing has just lost its momentum. But the Pharisees are constantly scheming. The ladies are resting on Saturday, but they are scheming, and they try and make the tomb. So Pilate says, take a guard, make the tomb as secure as you know how. So he's like, go for it. Take all my money, all the resources you need, take the guards, take the seal they put on the tomb to make sure like nothing's been fiddled with. like a wax seal on an envelope, isn't it? It sticks it together. Only you're allowed to look in there. He's like, make it as secure as you know how. They are determined to keep Jesus dead, to keep Jesus gone. Why? Because they are fed up of people following him and not them. They're the most incredibly selfish people. The whole world is going after Jesus. Let's kill him. And that's the world's attitude to Jesus and everyone who trusts in him. So they make the tomb as secure as they can, but they totally misunderstand what's going on. It's not the disciples on the outside of the tomb going in that they have to worry about at all. It's not sealing the tomb from the outside so people, thieves and robbers coming in to claim some crazy story. It's not that they need to be worried about at all. It's not anything on the outside. What they really need to be concerned with is the man on the inside. And they totally overlook that Jesus was telling the truth. And what a glorious truth, isn't it? Sure enough, everybody sees. The guards see. The Pharisees see. Jesus, from the inside, breaks out on Easter Sunday and rises from the dead. There's an earthquake. And the stone is rolled away and the angels help Jesus out. Out he comes, bursting out from death, back to life. You can't seal. You shouldn't have worried about sealing the disciples out. And even if they tried to keep Jesus in, they couldn't do it. The Pharisees couldn't stop him. Nobody could stop Jesus from rising from the dead. That lovely song we sing, there in the ground his body lay, light of the world by darkness slain. Then bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave he rose again. And as he stands in victory, sin's curse has lost its grip on me. And I am his and he is mine, bought with the precious blood of Christ. If you know Jesus today, rejoice, enjoy him. He's alive. He lives in your heart. He's bringing you to God to live with him forever. He's poured out his Spirit to save you, to give you life. What an incredible Saviour. Jesus is fully alive in every way and alive to you and living in your heart. Enjoy today. Celebrate today. Feast, eat, be happy. Call up your friends. Love Jesus. If you're not a Christian, and you think Christians have made up some crazy stories, you try and keep them away from making up those lies that make you feel so uncomfortable that you might have to answer to God one day for the life you've lived and be judged for everything you've done and said, and ultimately for not trusting in Jesus. Jesus says, change your heart, change your mind. If you're like, I can't do that, come to him and say, Jesus, I'm willing for you to change my heart. I'm willing for you to change my mind. You cannot stop Jesus. He doesn't want you to live like he's dead. He wants you to know that he is alive. God bless. See you soon.